Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Just Advance, and this is from round 8 of the FIDE Women's Olympiad. And this is one insane game because with the white pieces we have Alexandra Maltsevskaya, and with the black pieces we have uh, FIDE World Cup winner and a recent Grandmaster and an absolutely amazing Divya Deshmukh. So this game is going to be one hell of a fight, and I'm excited about this. I hope you are too. With the white pieces here, Alexandra starts with we have knight to f3, knight to f6, going for the ready opening. We have c4, c5, and just g3. And here we have knight to c6, bishop to g2, and just going for d6. We have English opening, Anglo-Indian defense, nothing new. We have d4, c captures, knight captures. We have bishop to d7 castles, and here just g6. And the position is absolutely very rich. We're still in the opening phase, and anything can happen. Here just b3 was played, just trying to counter that very nice bishop. And here we have bishop to g7, but just bishop to g2. We have h5, and just finally, she is absolutely playing very aggressively. She wants a win in this game. Out of all the last 7 matches, her score is 6 out of 7, and if she gets a win here, it would mean absolutely amazing for the team and for her as well. We have knight to c3 by Alexandra and just h4 by Divya. She's just pushing it all the way. She's trying to get that win. And here we have knight captures on c6. We have bishop captures, knight to d5, just getting that knight to a nice centralized square. We have bishop captures, and here just c captures. And here in this position, just h captures on g3, h captures, and here just queen to a5. Might seem like, if you push that pawn to h3, you might be getting a lot, but just, either bishop goes here or bishop goes here, it doesn't matter. And I don't think the position would have been much better, but that's just an annoyance in the position that you have to deal with every single time. So that's why it's a better thing to do, but I don't think it would have mattered in this position. Here queen to d3 was played, but now just castles. And here we have a4, trying to push the pawns on the queen side, but I think it's a bit too late. I think her position is absolutely well. It's still a draw, but here again, you have to be very much careful. Rook f2 c8 was played, rook f2 c1, and here just rook a to b8. And we have bishop to f3, but now just a6. Both players waiting and seeing what other player will do, and accordingly with that, if other player makes an inaccuracy or a mistake, they will go and clinch the victory. And here king to g2, but just rook caps on c1, trading one pair of rooks. Rook captures, but just b5, immediately striking. She doesn't like to play in normal games. She definitely likes to play aggressive chess, and that's exactly what she's showing. Because if because just boring play, no one likes that. And we have this bishop to c3, queen to d8, and just bishop to d4. We have b captures, and queen to a5. But here just knight, now just comes this rook to c4. And what are you doing in this position? Here just knight to d7 was played, bishop caps on g7, king captures, and just queen to e3. But now just knight to e5, very nice fork in this position. And here we have this rook to h4, just trying to go and harass the black king. But here we have rook to h8. We have rook captures, king captures, and although you could go here and maybe just give one check, but other than that, you don't have any continuation, and there is no point in doing that. But here, if you go for queen to d4, that's the best move, because here not only it tries to pin the knight, it also here guards the a4 pawn, and that should have been what what Alexandra should have played in this position. Because if you give Divya a single pawn, she's gonna drag you to for 75 moves, 80 moves. She's gonna grind the game, and she's gonna get that victory eventually. Because here after king to g8, you play king to g1, king to g7, king to g2, and after queen to c7, you try and play queen to b4, just keeping every eye on everything. And after a5 attacking the queen, you play queen to d2, queen to c5. We have e3, but here after knight to c4 attacking the queen, queen moves, and now you play king to g8. So that because that was the check. And here after this bishop to e4, you play king to h7, and here after a move like bishop to f3, most likely this is gonna end in a draw. But here queen to d4, absolutely the right way to go in this position. But here bishop to e4 was played, and now it just simply doesn't work, because simply in this position you've just hung a pawn for no apparent reason, and now black has a pass pawn, and it's going to be very annoying to deal with that. Here f4 was played, now pushing the knight back, but just knight to g4 attacking the queen, queen to c3 check, and just queen to a knight to f6, nicely remaneuvering the knight to the right square. That will help out with the defense of the king. And here we have bishop to f3, and now just comes king to h7, not letting that knight to be pinned. And here after f5, we have just g5. That king is remaining very safe there. King to h2, but just queen to d7. And here after queen to e3, we have g4 by Divya. Definitely even now, even with the playing with king safety, but still trying to go aggressive, that's absolutely insane play. We have bishop to g2, but just queen to c7, queen to g5, queen to c8, and here queen to h4 check was played, king to g7, and here queen to g5. How do you get out of checks? You can try and maybe just run away, but it's going to be very much difficult to do that. Here queen to h7, king to h7 was played, but just queen to h4, and here after king to g7, queen to g5 check, and now finally just king to f8. We have a very nice e4 push, not exactly going for that. but it gives Divya an opportunity to get the king to safety. So king to e8, but now we have queen to f4. We have queen to c3, queen to h6, but here just knight to d7. We have queen to g5, knight to e5, queen to g8 check, king to d7, and just queen to e8. It looks like, you're just winning back the pawn, but here after queen to c8, everything is not working out well for black in this for white in this position. And Alexander should have known that, because here you cannot just give a pawn. I mean, that's also a sideline pawn. I mean, you're just given a free pawn, and that too your a pawn becomes a pass pawn. So it's just very much difficult to hold this position here. Queen to a7 check was played, but here after king to e8, queen to f2, f6, and that knight is now a very solid defender in this position. I mean, it's just very much difficult to hold this position. Queen to a2 was tried, but king to f7, and here just queen to d2, king to g7, queen to a2, queen to b7, queen to a5, but just king to f7 was played, queen to d2, queen to b6. Slowly but surely, the way is just going to push those pawns, and here with the king being so safe here on f7, it's going to be very much difficult to do anything. Yes, you can try to get there, but you always have the option of going to the other side of the board, and it's going to be nothing in this position. Here queen to h6 was played, but just king to g8, and here after queen to h5 we have queen to b8, king to h1, just king to g7, king to g1, a5, but bishop to f1. We have a4, bishop to c3, a3, and here just bishop to a2 was played. But now just comes queen to b2, attacking the bishop. We have queen to e8, but here just we go for knight to f3 check and queen to c1. And what Alexandra forgot in this position was that she was going to lose this position either way. This position was, I mean, long dead before she made this blunder, but she should not have allowed this queen to c1, because she forgot that after king to e2, this is actually a mate in two. Congratulations for everyone who's able to find this. Here, just queen to d2 check was played by Divya, and it was on this move, on a move 64 grind, just just after giving a single pawn, 64 move grind. And not only just a 64 move grind, Divya actually obliterated Alexandra, and now her score is 7 out of 8, and she played this game with an accuracy of 94%. In a 64 move, getting an accuracy of 94% is absolutely crazy, but she made it happen. And why she resigned? Because there's nothing in this position. If you move the king here, you get this, and once you move it here, this is checkmate. So I mean, she realized this, and that's why Alexandra on this move after queen to d2 check, she resigned the game, and Divya got this spectacular victory. She has been obliterating opponents left and right. I mean, getting in an 8 match in the Olympiad, when you're representing the country, when you're trying to fight for the gold with your team, getting a 7 out of 8 is like a dream come true that you can ever have in your wildest imaginations. So yeah, I'm going to be showing the rest of the games as well. So stay tuned to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon. Thank you all.